This afternoon, Wes Craven passed away after a long battle with brain cancer at the age of 76. To many of us, us who grew up uh, in the Generation Y, he was more than likely the horror filmmaker that really got us into horror movies. It was either by one of these two films. It was either A Nightmare on Elm Street or it was Scream. To me, it was Scream that really got me into horror movies. Uh, I was into sci-fi already, thanks to movies like Alien and everything, but this was what introduced me to the slasher genre, and what to me, the slasher genre, it's one of my favorite horror movie genres. They're, and of course, that was what got me into the Nightmare on Elm Street series as well. This guy, now, granted, throughout his career, he did have some hit and miss. He had basically a hit and miss filmography, where some of his films just didn't hold up, and some of his films it really stuck to you. It really did something. Like movies like the movies that were missed, like Red Eye, Cursed, Hills Have Eyes 2. But even with those, he still did not give up on his craft. He kept going with it, and there were also some movies that he did that were misses, but now they're complete cult classics, such as The People from Under the Stairs, the People Underneath the Stairs. Oh my God, that is such a great movie. It's one of those, which is definitely one of those rare horror movie charms coming from the early 90s. And that's the thing, the early to mid 90s was a horrible time for horror movies. No one was interested in them anymore. They became way too campy. I mean, sometimes the campiness was what worked in some movies, like Dr. Giggles. That's not a Wes Craven movie, but it's an example of where it would just be a rare occasion that you would see a good early 90s horror movie. And then he basically, him along with Kevin Williamson, who many of you now recognize as the guy that teamed up with Julie Plec to create Vampire Diaries, which it's a pretty decent show. But Kevin Williamson and Wes Craven worked together and basically revived the genre with this movie, and it's still one of those movies that it's a huge deal for me. It really is. It was what got me. It really turned me into a true horror fan. It really opened my eyes to the potential of the genre, what kind of things that makes horror movies just really really great, and I am watching the TV series adaptation of this, and so far it's pretty good, but it still won't beat the original movie though. It really won't. Um, I mean, something like this. I mean, this is a big tragedy uh, in the world of horror. Uh, I mean, I mean, I I first I first heard the news when I was getting home after watching American Ultra. I finally went to see it, turned my phone back on, and saw on Twitter that Wes Craven died, and it's just it's like it was such it, it was like just a huge crash when I saw that. Just oh man, I mean just something like that just to bum you out for the rest of the night. It's just yeah. Well, you've been an inspiration to potential fans everywhere, to potential horror movie directors everywhere. Uh, Man, just I mean, really, this just bums me out, man. Just we'll miss you. We will miss you. Rest in peace. See you guys later. Ash Guy Oto.